One of the new additions to our webpage that I just want to talk about a little bit more because it's kind of like a little confusing are these Gigantea by Lamellata Gigantea. That's Biblis. Biblis Gigantea by Lamellata by Gigantea. So what does all that mean? It's confusing. There are two perennial species of Biblis. I would say they're pretty hard to tell apart. I know that there are differences, but to the layman, you're probably not going to notice those differences, and I probably wouldn't be able to rattle them off right now either. But they're two distinct species, and that gives the room for some hybridization. One of the plants that we got from Turlock Carnivores, Yardley, he's a friend of ours out in Turlock, he gave us this Biblis lamellata by Gigantea a few years ago. We actually lost that plant in the move, sadly. But before we did, I was able to cross that back with Gigantea and make all of these babies. So these guys are 3/4 Gigantea, which is 1/4 lamellata. What does that mean? Actually, I don't know. They're not gonna. It'd be interesting to see how they grow out. I don't think they might not look too particularly different from Gigantea. But what is interesting is there's such a thing as hybrid vigor. And that is whenever you cross two species together, the progeny, regardless of how temperamental or difficult the parents might be, are almost always easier and more vigorous. And I'm not sure we necessarily know why, except for there's just a genetic imperative and a benefit to crossing two things that are more genetically disparate or far apart. And so these guys will probably be a little bit more vigorous than just our plain Giganteas, but at the very least, an interesting new addition to anyone's collection.